poppin', people? It's Dante. I'm currently walking around Independence Hall here in Philadelphia, outside of the Independence Visitor Center, which is a really great place to warm up. I like using the bathroom. They have a nice balcony. You can look out from the windows. Yeah, there's something special about this place. There's two different displays that showcase the beautiful city. Some of it is about history, some of it's just this nice cinematography showing the various places in the city. And I mean, look at this. Isn't this incredible? I think that the message of the day is, yeah, just get outside, embrace the rays. You know, it's winter, it's cold, but yeah, I think we should still just get out there. You know, I've got my hood on. Take my hood off to get even more sunlight. But it's nice to wear the hood, it's nice to wear gloves, wool socks, 2 pants, down jacket, layer up, stay warm, stay cozy. But yeah, keep shooting through the winter. Still go for photo walks, you know, just walk in nature more. I think that a nature walk a day keeps the doctor away, right? There's something so special about being surrounded by trees and fresh air. And you know, as street photographers, there's often this hustle and bustle that we thrive in, the chaos, but to sort of decompress and walk through nature is a really nice thing. I like walking around the different parks here in the city, Independence Hall being one of them. This beautiful, beautiful space here, historic Independence Hall straight ahead. We also have Penn's Landing, which is actually, Penn's Landing is currently undergoing a big construction project, and there's going to be a new park there. Philadelphia's beauty lies in its green spaces and under the rays, surrounded by trees. I also have access to the Schuylkill River Trail, right? Lots of different green spaces in the city of Philadelphia, which make it so pleasurable. And you know, the walkable city is what makes this place nice to me, for me. You know, just being able to walk everywhere, not having to rely on cars or transportation generally, even buses and things you don't really need to use because it's so easily walkable. And honestly, I have nothing really profound to say. I just like turning the GoPro on and getting thoughts out, because recently I've been thinking of this notion of the stream of consciousness, and even considering the work that I'm making with my photography this way. Yeah, you know, it's like the more spontaneous the better. You know, for street photography is all about the spontaneous nature of life itself. And perhaps through following your intuition, following your gut, and sort of making snapshots as you go through your day, right? Even if something catches your eye for just a glimpse, right? And it's something's there, right? Like this shadow looming here, right? To just make snapshots and to keep moving, right? Especially in the winter. Right, movement is critical, to photograph with speed and intensity, and to just keep moving through life. And treating photography as the vehicle to do so is my sort of way forward. I actually think that this is a good one, right? The stream of consciousness. Perhaps through following your stream of consciousness, you're able to, you know, evoke this raw and unfiltered view of the human experience. I also find that using an LCD screen opposed to a viewfinder is a much more interesting way to make photographs, because you kind of let go. And what this does is it makes for more haphazard, imperfect compositions that I find to be aesthetically beautiful. Also, considering this newfound toy that I've been playing with, the kendama, which is essentially just this Japanese wooden toy with a spike, 3 cups, and a ball on a string. It's something that I've been using similarly to the Ricoh on a wrist strap. I find this to be a way in which I can actually train my photography practice in a unique way, right? Where the kendama, it's very technical, it's a skill that is also creative, but it requires this sort of hand-eye coordination. And I believe I use, you know, the way I use it is mostly like a meditative tool in the morning to get my day started, to sort of decompress and sort of just get my body moving, whatever, and spark some creative thoughts and things. And I think there's something about the hand-eye coordination of using this kendama tool to then transfer that over to using a Ricoh on a wrist strap, just using a compact camera generally, and photographing without even looking through the LCD screen, right? Where a lot of the times I'm actually not even looking through the screen itself. I can just sort of throw the camera around and actually intuitively know when to press the shutter. And this comes through repetition and practice and recognizing the connection between the mind, your eyes, and your body. When I think of the stream of consciousness, I'm also considering the way in which I can make videos using the GoPro, kind of just talking out loud without really thinking about it too much. No editing, sort of just raw and uncut, similarly to the nature of street photography, being candid. I think going forward, making videos is a good idea as well. The grittier, the better. I like looking at all the things around me, the textures, the crunchiness of the slush, you know, the different patterns that exist all around me. When I'm looking at the world, I see a grid pattern. I'm looking at the lines, kind of like the Matrix, and I'm sort of finding visual harmony in the chaos, looking at things from different perspectives, and using an LCD screen actually, technically, it allows me to do these things in a much easier way, where I can kind of just point the camera up, look up, go down low, sort of experiment with different angles, and actually, reflections are good. Sort of just put your camera up to any reflections and just sort of play and see what you can find. It's kind of like opening up a portal to a new world. Yeah, explore new perspectives, look at the textures, and follow your feeling of bliss through living in the now, decompressing on the street, sort of being one with the camera. You find this sense of bliss, and it's a good feeling, and follow that, right? Make pictures intuitively and spontaneously. Don't think about it too much. Just click the shutter, and yeah, hold the human experience and closely, and let's lift it to new heights. And perhaps through approaching the snapshot and photographing while we're moving through life, we can evoke how we feel about the world around us. Perhaps our feelings and the emotional connection to life will be revealed in the pictures that we create with more honesty. And going forward, just have fun with it. No loitering. No loitering. Violators will be prosecuted. Don't mind if I do. There are no rules, there are no guidelines to street photography. Create your own. And if you have back pains, consider your screening today. But to be honest with you, it's probably just your feet. When it's warm, just wear barefoot shoes and fix your feet first, I suppose. Then your back will be better. Hot baths, cold showers. And also, the impermanent nature of life is worth uplifting. Check out this sign here. It's quite beautiful to me, looking at this thing fade over the year. I mean, I'm pretty sure I photographed this at the beginning of last year, but yeah, just looking at the way in which things are wearing and tearing throughout the years is interesting as well. Finding ways to operate in the winter and stay warm. Me personally, whatever, I like to walk indoors sometimes. I'll go into the Fashion District Mall. I was just in the Independence Visitor Center walking around. I actually wanted to walk on the bridge, but it seems closed for the winter. It's probably too icy. And yeah, just finding a workflow in the winter that's easy and allows you to make pictures more than not. You know, a lot of the times in the winter, it's probably a good idea to start culling through work, editing work. Like the other day, it was really bad, the snowstorm, and you know, I was looking through old sketchbooks of mine, old photographs that I've made, culling through some things, even using my iPhone to make photos of Instax pictures and then scanning them in and uploading them to my blog, even scanning in some of the sketchbook pages I've made over the years just to sort of play a little bit with that. Doing some writing as well, trying to write more about photography and think about it more. The thing with writing is, nowadays with ChatGPT, I mean, anybody could just start plugging and playing and making any sort of article about whatever, and you couldn't tell it's real. So what I'm doing, and I've done these sort of morning vlogs where I show my process, is I make when I'm writing, I make my blog post by talking and speaking to my iPad or my iPhone using the little voice dictation tool. So it quite literally becomes your voice, and you know, maybe embracing the imperfection of your writing is a good idea going forward. If there's any grammatical errors, yeah, maybe I shouldn't even fix them. This is where I find video to be interesting, and sort of doing a stream of consciousness video where it's more real than writing. So treating the GoPro as a writing tool is interesting to me too. This is merely just a way for me to think and augment the way I think about things. Yeah, that's pretty much how I think about the vlogs I create, and also just making media that I wish to see, and later on relive the day and whatever I had to say and think about it more. So yeah, check out the beautiful architecture. Beautiful architecture inspires greatness. I feel good around these beautiful buildings here in Philadelphia. We are blessed with some of the greatest architecture in the world, honestly. We had the Masons.